stream. Post it in Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you got. Tell people in person if you go outside. Let people know that this space is live Monday through Thursdays on YouTube. Deter,
Nice. So
how
we
you
got
doing?
a
How's your week been?
full slate
I
of
was
programming. My week has been good. We had a good Left Coast Live last night with my boy Stat Pat Stateless Patriot, and just a couple of California lefties talking about national politics. And we talked about a lot of different stuff. I mean, these Epstein files are just dominating everything. The what's that guy's name? The Infowars.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, Alex Jones, like those types. They weren't right about like a lot of things related to the conspiracy, but the idea of a cabal of elites like controlling a majority of what actually happens with the country and
And the
influencing
world.
influencing the White House, getting influenced by Israel, influencing, business practices all over the world. It is insane. That's what I said last night on the stream was it's insane that there's this level of concentration of power. I was aware that it was concentrated, but I didn't know it was this concentrated for this long. I mean, this guy Epstein, man, he had everyone on his call sheet. He had everyone on his call sheet, man. I mean, except for
It
the
was,
Obamas, I guess.
dude, last night, since the new batch dropped, uh, I saw some of it and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I feel horrible now. Like worse, it ruined my fucking weekend. Uh, and my wife has been going a little further into it because she can't stop reading it. It's like a car crash. You got to keep looking at it. And it's really, it just confirms, yeah, a lot. It fills in the gaps. I feel like that's what I've been trying to articulate. Like there's a lot of history to look at, and then this sort of fills in the gaps of like, oh, that's why Pizzagate happened. That's why Gamergate happened. That's why, dude, last night I found out he was talking to the CEO of Activision Blizzard in like 2011 going, how do we get kids as early as possible to start spending money and like get that a habit forming? And it was microtransactions. Motherfucker was responsible for microtransactions in video games. Or at
I don't even know what a
least in part.
microtransaction in a video game is.
That means when you play a fighting game and
Right.
you used to be able to, beat arcade mode or certain difficulty and you'll unlock characters, right?
Right.
Or different costumes for
Now you have to pay for the characters.
Now you have to pay for every character and every costume and
Right.
every
You knew that was going
level.
to happen, though.
Yeah, or Call of Duty. I mean, Activision Blizzard makes Call of Duty, like the loot boxes, which is a box of random things. It could be a skin for your gun. It could be a little bauble. It could be a power up, and you have to spend real money on these random chance machines that are like slot machines. Europe already started to like crack down on it when EA EA is not Activision. EA made Star Wars Battlefront, which is like a shooting game, a Call of Duty kind of game, and it also has loot boxes. And the EU came down on them and was like, "You have to change how this game works because people can't progress in the game, in the product. You sold them a false product without spending more money." And it's crazy how many, how many fucking tendrils he had on his own. Who's some fucking guy. I never heard of this guy until he got arrested and then put in jail and killed, suicide, escaped. Now, who knows? Like, it really is terrifying seeing how much of this. And I want to echo Jennifer Welch from I've Had It, talking to Mehdi Hassan. They've had these files for how many years now?
Right.
2018, 19?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What have you made of just generally the files and all the many people from across the political spectrum in there? It's kind of a reminder that people who we called conspiracy theorists were kind of right about this elite all scratching each other's backs and protecting criminals.
So when this happens, I go back to something that's not helpful for me to get angry about, but I do every single time. And it's this main sentence that Merrick Garland had these files for 4 years
Oh, I've been
and
saying that for last
didn't
week.
do
Kills me.
anything with it.
Kills me.
And then people will say, well, no, it's because of Ghislaine's trial.
No, that was
And
over. That was finished by 22 or
because
23.
we had independence. And I'm like, this is why we lose.
Yes.
This is why we'll continue to lose.
Music to my ears.
That's what makes
I
me
agree.
angriest about it.
I agree.
Is that
Same.
the Democrats have
Same.
this shit. And not only is it the right thing to do to expose all of these rich pedophiles and pedophile protectors and pedophile enablers, but also we had democracy on the line. And that they didn't
They could have imagine Elon Musk and Donald Trump were there for the taking. Can you imagine if Donald Trump had a bunch of files in which a confidential informant under oath at the penalty of perjury says she saw Joe Biden committing sex crimes or threatening people with death? Now, those are the allegations against Trump in the Epstein files. He denies them. They're not proven in court, but that's in the files.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? Do you think Trump would have sat on that if he had that on Biden or George Soros?
No, of course not.
Mehdi goes into the what about stuff, and I see the value of it, but like, it's like dude, Merrick Garland being where he was is because Mitch McConnell held up the appointment of a Supreme Court justice, right?
Right.
So to hold it open for Trump to win, and then as a get back, Biden appoints him as Attorney General.
Right.
Like, oh, we're owning the Republicans, guys. This is Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi's idea of owning the Republicans, is appointing a Republican to the Department of Justice to sit on these files and protect all these people.
So
it's baffling.
Merrick Garland's a Republican?
Yeah. That was the whole thing. Like, Obama
Really?
put him up because they thought, all right, he's like a light Republican. They'll vote for him.
So weak.
And Mitch
God,
McConnell
that's
was
so
like,
weak.
we're not going to let you do anything, motherfucker. I'm the turtle. You don't
Right.
beat the turtle. And you don't. Like, when you play this game, when you play the game of fuck you, then you win. Then you win.
And Chuck makes a good point. Merrick Garland allowed the kangaroo court against Stephen Donziger as well. So, yeah, Merrick Garland's a kind of a guy that needs a little bit more attention, it sounds like, because that's a really good point, is like they sat on these things for 4 years, and it could have destroyed Trump and prevented him from becoming president for a second time. So there's a lot of... I mean, who do we really... I mean, this is insanity. This is insanity because there's no anchor to windward, to use a sailing term, which means that you can find some sort of certainty somewhere, right? Like, we still could have faith in the FBI or the CIA or the justice system,
right?
Or the judges.
But now it's Kash Patel.
But now we have no faith in anything. We have
now
no
the
confidence.
army is
we don't have any. We don't have confidence in like the. I guess our local community cops that we know personally. We probably have faith in them and the fire department people. But in terms of leadership, in terms of power points, I don't see any institution that is big, strong, or capable of calling everything to account. Like, well, Trump's
Deter,
in office.
you were part of DSA, and I heard DSA just hit 100,000 members.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
which is it's growing, and it's not growing fast enough. Should be,
but it's going to be through elections, and then so here's what's going to happen. Well, here's what might happen. I'm not going to be one of those douchebags who says, "Here's what's going to happen. I have a crystal ball. I know what's going to happen." No. Here's what might happen. Is the left wins the midterms. The Dems win. I shouldn't say the left. Dems win the midterms, and then they go for impeachment. That's the thing is, do you think that they get impeachment through both houses? I mean, I guess it depends on the results.
Depends on how much the
Senate is tough to swing. The Senate's going to be tough to swing.
Right. And I don't think they're moving. They're not moving now. They're terrified. I think they're terrified because they've been audience capture, right? That means I think audience capture means you only make stuff or do things that you think your audience would like. And if you try to stray, you'll lose followers. That's what they bought in. That's the bargain they made when they allowed the Tea Party in. Like the Tea Party was that post Sarah Palin, like, oh, we could take the mask off a little bit and like get like really into how much we hate minorities and gay people and whatever and let our free flags fly. And the Tea Party, that bargain is now you have to own it, and your fans are crazy. Crazy like what happened to Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. Crazy what happened to Charlie Kirk. Crazy. So they're not only terrified of those people, but they're terrified of Trump himself because he's a lunatic already, and now he's super old and he's losing it. So he's even more dangerous. And just he could just sick ice on like any Republican who like didn't vote for him or vote with him on a piece that he needed. He could just be like, you know what, we're arresting you. Fuck it. We're fascists now. Like we're doing it. So I think they're terrified generally, and I don't think they would vote for. This is a long way of saying they don't vote for impeachment. But I think the Dems can dominate, and they have to get on board with messaging like this. Like, you know, his song was on with Don Lemon. I don't like Don Lemon. I think the fact that he was fired from CNN is very funny, but I think it has provided an opportunity for him to bring his neoliberal, you know, mainstream credibility to internet people like Hassan who actually have good ideas and can spread it to Anna Navarro here.
We need these people, and we need to embrace them and amplify these people who are having second thoughts and who are regretting their vote. There's a lot here where I live.
Can I say something? I know I've said a lot. The thing I was going to say is this. There's this calculation that takes place every election cycle in the midterms, only in the Democratic Party, by the way. This never happens in the Republicans, what I'm about to say, which is, how do we get these racists on board? Oh, we have to become a little bit more racist. Yeah. Oh, we have to become transphobic. Oh, we have to do this. We have to do that. No, we want those voters to come and vote for the Democratic Party or to vote for the most progressive politician that's available. We want them to do that. But we don't want them to do that by conceding on these ridiculous lines. We want them to do that because we're offering something to every American unconditionally. Medicare for all is obviously a great example of this, because at the end of the day, racists need health care too. Racists need a roof over their heads too. And if they have that roof over their heads and if they have that health care, maybe it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to act out on their racist desires. So my argument always is, instead of trying to bargain with them and instead of trying to concede on these, culture war narratives, offer them something to vote for the first time ever, instead of taking a defensive position and allowing the Republicans to dominate the conversation.
I think that's
but he's
perfectly stated.
Yeah, but he's still talking about going after the racists. It's like the triple Trumpers,
Well, he's explaining it to people who spend their lives on CNN and reading The Atlantic and whatever.
Right. Get them on policy was the subtext there. That's what I tell every progressive. Just get people on policy. Because otherwise they're going to want to talk about Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffries and lump you in with them.
Dude, Hakeem Jeffries.
That's your party. That's your party.
Hakeem Jeffries also connected to Epstein. I just found out. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Get him out.
I gotta find this.
That would be amazing. Hassan's very bright, and I like his messaging a lot. In that clip, it's get him on policy, but also too, I just don't want to waste our time with people who wave the Confederate flag, beat their Bible, or stick their gun in your face and say, respect me or I'll fucking kill you. I don't, the Confederate flag waving, Bible beating gun nuts. That's my whole thesis. Stop wasting time with those people, because they're gonna find a way back to the GOP. They're gonna find a way back to the GOP. They're gonna find it.
Outweighs their care for physical comforts and just an easier life, then yes. But I think the point that he's trying to make is if people had free housing, free healthcare, free food, free groceries, I'm taking it much further than he's saying, but like people had their immediate needs met
Right,
for
the
you
basics.
existing, because as soon as you are born, you owe money. And that's a crazy society that humanity has set up, but that's what we've set up. And I think if you lessen the amount of money that you immediately owe for just existing in the world, like food, housing, shelter, healthcare, things like that, you eliminate their desire to blame someone for material conditions because their material conditions are better. Now, will people get used to that and still have hate in their heart? Sure. People are taught that, are taught hate and taught racism. They're always going to be racists, but you can mitigate how many of them there are, how much power they have, and how many other people are willing to join their cause because they're just angry and don't know what to do. People are joining ICE because they're like, I don't know, I need fucking money. They promised me 50 grand up front. I don't know. I don't think that Trump's a con man, so I'm going to sign up, and they're going to get fucked, just like joining the army too. But yeah, I wanted to show that Hakeem Jeffries is also named in the Epstein files. Democratic Party fundraisers invited Jeffrey Epstein to a private meeting with Jeffries in 2013 to try to raise money from the child sex trafficker.
Wow.
As we've been saying all along, both parties in the entire system are irredeemable. It's all one boat. It's a big party and you ain't in it, right? That's George Carlin. Like,
yes,
it's crazy feeling like Alex Jones or QAnon were right about anything, but like they were to an extent, and it seems like it was like Epstein himself feeding like info to 4chan and like building and whatnot to kind of make it seem like these are crazy conspiracies. But it didn't work because he thought he could. They think they're gods. They can say the narcissistic.
Inauthentic, narcissistic, social entitlement.
Yeah, man. They think they could just control populations, and they can to an extent, as we've seen. But
well, the
even
most important
with
thing to understand,
Pizzagate and QAnon,
yeah,
like the last thing is that even with Pizzagate and QAnon, we still were like, no, Epstein is crazy, and all this needs to be exposed and arrested. Like it didn't dilute the waters enough. His plan failed. Is the last
ultimately, yeah, but I feel like it was too big to fail. It feels like it got overexposed with way too many high-profile people. I mean, it was just a matter of time. Like, it was just a matter of time before Sean Diddy Combs got busted. It was just a matter of time before, who's that other guy, the other rapper, I can't remember his name. But the pedophile rapper guy from
Drake?
back in the... No, not Drake. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll think of his name later. But
Russell Simmons?
No. The Epstein. I just can't believe. I have to believe that some of this shit is bullshit, right? Like the cannibalism and the weird.
I mean, dude.
But it's just I have to believe that some of it's bullshit. But it. I mean, what is going to be the when are we going to get to the bottom of this? This is going to drag on for years.
Here's Pam Bondi today answering, so to speak.
Yeah, she was such a bitch. I saw this.
I didn't see any of it. I saw tiny little clips.
She sucks.
To release all of those documents. He is the most transparent president in the nation's history. And none of them ask Merrick Garland over the last 4 years one word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over.
Oh, there we go.
Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000, and the Nasdaq smashing records.
Dude, this is why I loved watching C-SPAN and the news back in the day, because it is reality TV. She has no idea why she's there. She's so scared She's so scared, dude.
Well, she got caught in a lie and was like told to resign by the guy from California.
They thought they were just going to roll in, take over the country, take over the world.
Hit play. I want to see the rest of this.
Yeah.
Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan.
Committee will be in order.
Mr. Jordan, am I going to get an extra 45 seconds added to my time?
The committee will be in order. The time belongs to the gentleman from Texas. Ms. Bondi, the Attorney General can respond.
Thank you. The Dow has shattered 50,000 for the first time. This is crazy. They said it couldn't be done in 4 years, yet President Trump has done it in 1 year.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Dude.
So she's just basically like distract. I mean, she says nothing. There's nothing. Just like here's it's a complete non sequitur.
Yeah.
Just a complete non sequitur. Just something
they're
that's completely
doing.
irrelevant.
They're trying
to, the
to attack Donald Trump because he's so successful at being the president. They're scared of that. That's the premise.
I don't know, man. I'm starting with how dark this shit is, how evil, how explicitly evil it is, and we're starting to get some female Republicans to kind of cross over. I am optimistic that I'm optimistic we could see impeachment. We could see a conviction. We could see impeachment, and we could see a conviction, and then J.D. Vance is the nominee, the incumbent in 2028, and then somebody takes him out, hopefully Pritzker.
Look,
but
would not.
That's what there's you don't need that many with the way these midterms are going to go.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to need that many Republicans to convict him, if you need any.
Yeah.
In the Senate, I think you might. That's the problem, is he's going to get tried in the Senate, and the Senate is a little bit more.
Yeah, but I think, like I think you might be right. Like I've toyed with the idea that they might just cut bait and go, okay, Trump's a pariah, and we'll jail him or prosecute him. Oh, he pulled the wool. Like, maybe, like, do you think they could try and turn that and be like, oh, he was the bad guy all along? Oh, no. But the movement that he began, it's okay. It's J.D. Vance and Charlie Kirk in spirit. Like, it's their movement, really. Like, they are trying to lay the foundations of that, because at the end of the day, Trump is old and could go. So they're trying to do that anyway, future-proof their movement. And it's already a weak movement to begin with. It's based on one guy, and just like everyone who leached onto him, Steve Bannon, Epstein, who was already, attached to him and whatnot. So it's coming to an end, and they're violent death throes is what we're seeing. That's what that was. That was someone unprepared to be attorney fucking general. That was someone not prepared to have to ask questions. Jim Jordan there, specifically a co-conspirator of all this shit.
Right.
Because I'm blaming all Republicans. You're all co-conspirators of this project, of the Epstein class. Democratic establishment as well, of course. Bill Clinton agreeing to testify before Congress so long that it's public, and I want to fucking see that for sure.
Yeah, me too.
But like,
there's a rumor that I heard.
It's how
you
want to control the fall.
There's a rumor that I heard. Maybe Bill Clinton, who's a master lawyer, could make some kind of deal where he comes clean on everything that he knows, and then he's like just put on house arrest for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, they might do that the Republicans could do that to Trump. I'd be happy if Bill Clinton sacrificed himself and Hillary sacrificed herself, and be like, we knew we were there. Here's what we saw. Here's what we did. I doubt it, because they are, Hillary still wants that job. But we'll see. I'd hope maybe if they have
something
better
really quick.
agents.
Can I show you something really quick? So does this work or no, it doesn't. Okay, no, forget it. I was gonna say I can talk about it without showing you. But
Well, you can
it's
put
going to
that
be
up.
tough. It's the Cook Political Report, and I'm just looking at like solid, likely, lean, toss up, and then it goes the other side. And I mean, it's 53-47 right now in the Senate. So you're going to have a three-way switch. And there's only 4 red seats: Maine, North Carolina, Alaska, and Ohio. And then you've got Iowa and Texas, maybe. That'll be okay. So so this is what's going to determine whether or not Trump gets impeached and convicted. If Cornyn loses re-election.
John Cornyn. Okay.
John Cornyn loses re-election because Iowa's open, and Alaska has got that guy Sullivan, and Ohio's guys too. They're all going to be vulnerable. Like with these special election results, they just flipped a Texas district by like 30 points.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. That's why they're coming in with ICE. They're trying to make deals like give us your voter records, and then we'll let ICE out of the state. Like it's mob. They're the mob, and they're doing mob tactics. Give us the shit we want. Give us the votes. We're going to Georgia to try this again because I'm Donald Trump and I'm fucking senile, and I still want to prove that I actually won in 2020. So, and they're all they have to follow him because they're scared of him. They're scared of the followers. They got nothing else to do. Pam Bondi looks terrified. And I think something else that can move votes in November is ICE. Because even podcasts, I don't know if you've ever heard of this podcast, Legion of Skanks, trigger warning. I don't know what they'll say, but they are comedians here in New York. Dave Smith, the libertarian, is on this podcast, and they're even starting to turn on ICE a little bit.
And I'll say, I don't want the government to control me, but I would tell my friends, hey, maybe don't go to these protests. The government will.
They seem to be really good at it and getting away with it often.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I've also never believed in anything enough for -10. Like, why the f would you do that? Even Selma was in March.
I do. People in America, we have it kind of nice. So people kind of forget like what the government is, and then they go, "I'm going to go protest the government," and they're like, "Hey!" I remember on January 6th, so they go in there like, "We just farted on Nancy Pelosi's desk," and they're like, "Ha ha!" And then they were like, "You've been declared a terrorist against the United States of America."
You're like, I work at AutoZone. I'm not a terrorist. You'd be like, "Yeah, you are."
Nah, dude, it's you and Osama bin Laden. And I'll say, I don't want.
Like they took it to a weird place that, of course, Dave Smith would steer it more towards, hey, feel bad for the January 6th people. But
yeah, Dave Smith's a piece of shit.
Yeah, they are a little nervous. And, Dave Smith, the libertarian, famously, they hate the government. Here's a tyrannical government.
Yeah, the libertarians can shut the fuck up.
I know. They need to shut the fuck up.
The libertarians can shut the fuck up for a while because, a lot of this anti-government streak is just stupid.
And states' rights also being totally disregarded by Trump, going in for asking for their voting records and invading with armies.
Yeah, I'm not a big believer in states' rights anymore. I don't think that.
Yeah,
I think a lot of states are really incompetent when it comes to certain things, like how long did it take gay marriage to get through places, legalizing weed, like. All these problems could have been resolved much quicker if they were done at a federal level.
Yeah.
The problem is you don't have you're going to have politicians everywhere, but at least maybe a third of the people that are playing the political game are legitimate public servants. And I for Pam Bondi to get up there and expect us to be taken seriously, I mean, like you said, she's going crazy because of the fear. Because it's all coming crashing down, and they're realizing they're not invincible, and they thought that they were invincible.
Yeah,
and so
they thought they were invincible.
This has to happen though. We need resolution. Like people need to go to prison.
Yes,
like anybody that was complicit with Epstein.
The world will not hold together. without people being. I mean, the UK is doing it pretty quick right now. France is also making moves, in Spain, about their rich billionaire creeps that live in their country. So it needs to happen. This is a global problem, and when we get the reins, when more sensible hands can snatch these reins from Trump's feeble, insane grasp, he needs to go to prison. Again, I'm like Ole Olurin when it comes to prison and policing, but like people like this need to go to prison, like war criminals, fucking international sex traffickers, slavers. It's slavery. Yes. You're doing slavery still. That is one of the highest crimes on earth, period, everywhere. It needs to be fucking addressed. But ICE here in New York, Zoran, we got Zoran out here making statements, a good public servant, actually trying to help people.
If faith offers us the moral compass to stand alongside the stranger, government can provide the resources. Let us create a new expectation of City Hall, where power is wielded to love, to embrace, and to protect. We will stand with the stranger today, tomorrow, and all the days that are still to come.
Again, just that earnestness. I think there's a craving in the country, in the world, for earnesty and trying to do good for the sake of it being the right thing to do. And this is a speech from a prayer breakfast where he said, we're going to keep ICE out of places, everywhere, actually. Mamdani announced a new executive order protecting New Yorkers from abusive immigration enforcement, including requiring ICE to have a judicial warrant to enter NYC property, which includes everywhere, but specifically also churches, hospitals, places where ICE has been going in Minneapolis and Chicago and all over the country to snatch people. So we need more people like this. And I think there are more coming out of the woodwork and standing up to fight in this moment, because this is American fascism. This is our cold civil war. It's been cold for a while. Cold War. And our World War III at the same time ish with Israel doing what it's doing, China gearing up to do what it's going to do in Hong Kong and Taiwan, and Russia trying to put the USSR back together piecemeal. Like this is our World War III. It's happening. It's just different than it's all orchestrated by a fucking pedophile ring trying to carve up the world. I know, man.
Which is crazy that it's pedophile, like pedophilia. I understand the sex part, but
they just think they're gods.
It's pedophiles, but what's the appeal? Like
they think they're gods. They want to up each other. They want to up themselves. You have billions of dollars. You've done every experience. You want to keep going. And just the next rush. Escalation. I gotta fucking. It's as I feel. I mean, give anybody $1 billion, see what they do with it. You know what I mean?
They're not gonna end up diddling kids.
I mean, yeah, but for long enough, you have that money for, I don't know when he got, ultra rich in his life or started this whole thing. Earth Bags Homies says Epstein works for Mossad. There's contacts with Rothschilds, fucking CIA.
Like it was. Hear about this guy who shot his daughter in Texas during an argument over.
Yes.
Trump. Oh my God.
Yes, man.
It's only in
horrible
Texas.
Situation.
No, I mean I think Texas could go blue in 2028, depending on how things swing. Like it's this bad right now. It's only going to get worse. Like they're not going to back off. Like people have been killed on camera. They're not backing off. Like Trump just posted that racist picture of Obama and his wife, and like. It's just he's unhinged. He's gone around the bend, and the dementia is going to make it worse. So it should be fun to watch. but it's also kind of scary at the
It's
same time.
terrifying because he's just lashing out, and
He's the one in power. He's not like he's running for president.
Yeah,
Like we can
because
vote him
again,
away.
like think about the nutty old person in your life, folks watching at home. What would happen if they had hundreds of people listening to everything they said and acting it out?
Mm-hmm.
Like or an 8-year-old, same kind of idea. Don't let these people have this much power. It's crazy that Donald Trump is the president. He's the fucking guy from Home Alone. He's in Little Rascals. He's a fucking rich guy from the 80s. It's so stupid. I hate it. I hate it so much.
But he personifies baby boomer conservative capitalism.
He does.
I mean, that's his ethos, and that's what we need to kill in order for our country to evolve. I'm working on a new essay series. By the way, I just posted a new essay if you haven't seen it.
Check it out.
It's all stuff you most of you guys watching already know, but it's a good video to send to friends and be like, hey, just so you know, this is actually how the political landscape in our country works, where there's conservative capitalism, which is the GOP, then there's neoliberal incrementalism, which is most of the Democratic Party, and then you've got progressive pragmatism, which are people like Bernie and Zoran and AOC and so forth.
No.
So that's the video that just came out. But I'm also working on another one called Evolution Requires Extinction. And that's going to be about how to go after specific parts of MAGA in specific ways. I'm trying to get more creative with that because, you're a pretty nice guy. I think you have maybe a forgiving nature, but you don't believe.
Well, I am the devil's advocate.
You don't believe in forgiveness for all this shit, right? Though, like on a social scale.
On a social scale, hang on.
Like
on a social scale, I'd say
repentance is required, right? You have to say you're sorry.
Repentance is required.
Yes.
And I think we might have talked about this last week, but Ashley St. Clair, who has a baby with Elon Musk, was working at Turning Points for a long time. She is leaving the movement in part because Grok was people could use Grok to make like sexual pictures of her, and she was like, "What the fuck?" She publicly expressed regret for her part. She authored a children's book, anti-trans children's book. She expressed regret about her hand in like helping spread anti-trans hatred around the world, and so Elon Musk decided to sue for custody, saying that she's going to trans their child and he wants to have custody. And she has admitted, like, yes, I am the cliche of it happened to me, and now the leopards are eating my face, and now I regret it, and I'm out. But I'm literally here using whatever voice I have to try and stop other people from joining, bring other people out, give people an example of what it's like being in that world, and doing whatever she can do. So far, has done some interviews with Taylor Lorenz and Matt Bernstein, just saying like whatever I need to do for not even forgiveness. She's not asking for forgiveness. She's asking, what can I do to help stop what I've helped? And that's what you need. That's what you need, I think, is the example you're saying.
That's a full 180.
I don't forgive you. I give you credit for bravery of stepping out and being like, hey, I'm publicly going against this, and I was wrong, and I was lying, and I didn't know what I was talking about, and so are all these people, and being genuinely in danger. But also, yes, it happened to you, so now you feel the effects of it, and also go fuck yourself. I don't need to see you. Like, she's also like, I'm not trying to start a YouTube channel. This is not like promotion.
Right.
I'm literally like, I just want to help stop what I've helped. And I think that's
admirable.
That's what they can do. That's what they can do.
Yeah, that's what they can
As
do.
Jake would
give
say.
us a window. That's what they can do, and they can give us a window into that culture and confirm that it is indeed evil. Like, I just don't want to come out of this thing when I'm in the second half of my 40s and people are still talking about conservatism as if it's intellectually valid with respect to making society better and better generation to generation. It is not. It is not. There's nothing
it has
good
to be,
about it.
Yeah.
It has to go extinct. Like, this is the common enemy. I mean, you know intuitively, but social psychology tells us as much, that in order to get people who don't get along or who have differences that, you know, make it difficult for them to work together, you give them a problem they can't solve without working together. Well, this is the problem, is the Confederate flag-waving, Bible-beating gun nuts organized and manipulated by these heartless 1%ers, many of which are playing both sides. That's the thing about Epstein that everybody should be learning about our country, is that the real power players play both sides so that they always have influence no matter who's in power.
Yep. They don't have any loyalty to anything, not even each other, because they see each other as competition. Again, we've talked about secession a little bit, but like they only see each other as competition. They may respect each other as like, you're so good that I can't kill you right now. You know what I mean? but they would like to. And they view like millionaires as, you know, pawns. The celebrities, they're fun. We'll have them at the parties so everybody can meet, you know, whoever's here and whatever. But they're the ones who truly, I mean, we've seen some of these things like start to get mainstream by people like Tucker Carlson with the like tanning your balls, manosphere type. Weird like shit. Health kick. The Make America Healthy Again shit.
That's a fun one. Okay, so pause right there. I want to give acknowledgement to a fellow creator, Boston Brian.
What's up, Boston?
Check your Discord messages, dude. I want to try to collab. I want to figure out what your New England background is. So hook it up.
All three of us. I-95.
Then the other thing. Oh shoot! What did you have? You had something that you just said that was pretty insightful.
What did I say that was insightful?
No, well, anyway.
No, just that they were like, again, they were playing both sides. They're keeping the Democratic Party impotent and not being able to, we can't override the parliamentarian. Meanwhile, Trump's like, I'm just going to send ICE into communities and tell them to do what I want. We're just going to recruit randos to be in the army. It's just straight up fascism. I thought of a new slogan.
I know I've taught go ahead. No, you finish.
It's a take on Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent fascist fires.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. No? That's decent. I mean, I think my WTF stands for white trash fascism now is pretty good. I think that'll stick at some point. I got a whole arsenal of sayings that I have written down in my Evernote, and I just haven't gotten them into an essay yet. And I'm not popular, so dude, okay, I'll find you another way, boss. I'll find your email or something. Good.
I was talking about how like they're mainstreaming this like Maha stuff and this new wave shit because of RFK and his popularity, and also Alex Jones with the supplements. Like they've always been into it. And
that's what I was gonna say.
We like cannibalization shit is real just because they thought they could live forever.
All right, so you know how a lot of MAGA America derives from the whole like the left is looking down on you, and so they want to own the libs type of thing, right? Okay, so all right, guys, you won in 16, you won in 24, and look what you did to the country. Hope you had fun owning the libs. You were dead wrong about everything. Now we're gonna own the younger generation of your people through women. Because if you watch these dating shows, dude, educated, good-looking, like socially competent women will not date anyone that voted for Trump. Usually just once. Definitely not if they voted 3 times, but if they voted for Trump even just once, these women want nothing to do with you. Dude, they don't care how good-looking you are or how much money you have. They're just like, you're disgusting.
You brought it up. The new season of Love is Blind is out today, and me and my wife are going to watch this as soon as this is over. And I've been watching since season 1. I'm addicted. It's our heroine as a couple. I don't know how this happened to us. 90
Yeah,
Day.
but don't they always
and
cast like don't they always cast good-looking people for that show?
on
so
Love
that it
Is
doesn't
Blind?
matter?
Yes. On
So
90 Day
so it
Fiance,
doesn't-
no. It could
so
be
it's
anybody.
not- oh, okay.
But
Okay.
on Love Is Blind, yeah, they are like all averagely attractive, conventionally attractive.
Good
people.
bodies. That's the most important
Yeah,
thing for those shows. Not saying that's what's important to me.
But
Just
like,
saying that's
there's been some conservatives, even conservative adjacent people, matching. Yeah, that happens every time. That happens every time when it's when the girl keeps asking, like, I have gay friends. Are we going to be allowed, like, at the wedding? You know what I mean? And you see that happen in episode after episode. You know he's not giving her answers. He's just skating around it because I don't think about those things. I don't know. I don't know if my church lets. If people who watch know what I'm talking about.
Do you think Nick Fuentes is gay? By the way.
Random question, but maybe. Like,
well, he's I mean, isn't he the voice for a lot of the incel groypers? Like, well, he is the voice for the groypers, but aren't the groypers like for the most part incels?
Yeah, but I think he's an incel. I think I don't know. I don't know if he's gay or he's just
asexual,
or
just refuses
so
to engage
angry,
that part of life.
So angry, so leaned in to what he is as like a content creator, hate monger, whatever, edgelord guy, and audience captured. Like, I feel like a lot of people would stop watching him if he had sex. You know what I mean? Like, they'd be like, oh, well, the journey's over. Like, that's their end game. I don't know. I feel like they would, or if he got like a girlfriend or a wife, like, I don't know. Sometimes they remember Tim Scott in the primaries? They were like, do you have a wife or what? Here's my girlfriend, and we're getting engaged. You're like,
the closet.
Kyle Rittenhouse, they gave a wife to. I wouldn't be surprised if they really do give wives to some of these right-wing people, considering what we know about their connections to Epstein. And that a lot of these women are like former beauty pageant women and whatnot. I don't think it would work the same for Nick Fuentes. I don't think it would work the same for Nick Fuentes. Unless it was like crazy. If it was a crazy, like, because there's a level of kayfabe with all this, right?
Well, I really enjoy checking in with Fuentes every now and then just to see the insane shit that comes out of his mouth.
Word.
I mean,
I think if
ridiculous.
Like he married Erica Kirk or like Candace Owens,
or
if they created a throuple with each other, that would go crazy. Crazy numbers on the internet, too. I would watch that show if they they're like, we're gonna all start a podcast together, and also we're all in a relationship. Then I could see it kind of boosting their platforms, but otherwise, I don't see him lasting too long. Honestly,
no.
I think I don't know, how old is he?
27.
Because he started when he was like a teenager, and I get
he's
that.
Been around, I know he's young as hell though. I think he's late 20s.
I
he's
get
gonna be around for a while, man.
Like,
I don't know. I think he's gonna last. I think he's gonna be the next Ben
in popularity.
Shapiro. Yeah, I think because this extreme. This is what I'm talking about. This culture, this like subculture of extreme conservatism, is only going to get even worse, and like they're not going to multiply. But there are going to be a certain percentage of our society that always falls into that category.
Yeah.
So
they'll always be racists.
They're going to want a voice.
Yeah.
And their voice was always lukewarm about Ben Shapiro. So now I think Nick Fuentes, they liked Charlie Kirk better because he was more explicitly racist and he was dumber. And then you've got now I think Nick Fuentes is the future.
But what about Tucker Carlson?
No, because he's not.
You think he's
been around too long.
Old.
Yeah, he's too establishment. Nick Fuentes, like that's what I'm saying is his ethos is that of an incel.
Yeah.
Who doesn't get laid, who like is super judgy about everyone and everything. Like that's what's hilarious about Fuentes and why I like watching him because it's like, dude, are you not aware that like you are unattractive, unathletic, unpopular.
No, he's aware. He's very aware.
But that's where it comes from. You realize
Yeah.
that, like, it's the Hitler complex. Hitler
Yeah.
was a failed artist, like, and there's nothing wrong with inherently being a failed artist, but I just have to say that Hitler was like a perfectionist and had this obsession with order, and things have to be a certain way, and that's what guys like Fuentes are advocating for too, like white genocide. Like, he just says it outright. He just says it outright. That's why he's valuable. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why he's useful, because it's like, yeah, that is like there's a couple other content creators that are, very pedestrian, who are trying to make it, that I follow, and then maybe we'll do some reaction to at some point.
Yeah.
But they say, I don't have anything. I'm not, Nick Fuentes isn't part of my team. I'm not on his team. And I'm like, yes, you fucking are.
Yeah, because then what
are.
team do you have? Like, what's tiny little slice of this already small movement do you own? The people who are okay with like these, like what tweets do you separate out of Trump's that are okay and not okay? Then you're just like dividing on atoms. It doesn't matter. You are in the same group as Nick Fuentes.
Yes.
I don't know if he lasts long. I think the profitability.
I don't know about this. This is a good comment to react to. Fuentes is just another grifter catering to his followers for profit. I disagree. I think Nick Fuentes is authentic.
I mean, I think he
really
believes
is that much of a sociopath.
But I also think he's aware of like business moves and whatnot. Like, I think just the profitability of all this will go down because of just the Earth's repulsion against all the Epstein shit, and like how tied in, like, clearly, because then you can using the Epstein class as a phrase, perfect. From like, who is that? John Ossoff? Like, that is exactly what it is, because it's cross party. It doesn't matter what country, because countries have different political systems and different parties. It's not Republican, Democrat, Tory, Labor. It's just these assholes who think they can control you, can think they can just tell you how to vote, because unfortunately they haven't figured out how to get rid of it yet. Like, those are the people who are the bad guys, and they're all in it together. Chuck Schumer, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, like, it's all of them, and anyone who wants more of that too, because going into the newer candidates and younger people.
So there's two things that we need to kind of hear. One is calling for people to go to prison.
Yes.
And I want someone to call MAGA white trash, but it's not a requirement. It's just something that I would like to see happen, because I'm sick of these people, and I want people to stop like being hesitant to.
I think
call
white trash
what it is
just
it's what it is.
It's classist though. It's not like racist against white people.
So, and then here's the real like value add, and how what makes I'm proposing stick is the generational transfer, where we say it's about the baby boomers. Look who's been in power.
Word. Yes.
Look who's been in power. Like, there is no argument, right? Like, we say we shouldn't be racist. We say we shouldn't be xenophobic. We say we shouldn't be sexist, misogynistic, chauvinist, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I'm telling you that if you want to pick one that's actually useful, an ist that's useful, it is ageism. Okay.
Yeah, word.
in ageism. Anyone over 60 right now, just
is
go
suspect.
retire.
Yeah.
Just go retire and get out of the way. Your way of thinking is expired. It is no longer valid. It is no longer useful. I hate to be like that big of a generalization, but it's like it's like cutting out cancer, right? Like, you might get some good flesh that comes with it, but you got to make sure you cut that whole fucking tumor out. Yeah. And so I just say anybody over 60, get we can talk, but if we're going to talk politics, you're going to shut up and listen, because everything you think is wrong. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. You're wrong about everything.
It's just so goddamn frustrating. It's been frustrating for me. Again, I mean, it feels recent to me now, but it's been 14 years now since I've been paying attention to politics, and it is frustrating. It is like, oh, you all made the wrong decisions, and you should have done this 10 years ago, and then before that, but you really should have done it before. Like, just seeing the connections of like how this all got so fucked up to where we are now. We need, to lean into the conspiracies to bring it all the way back around. We need a great reset, like Alex Jones has been talking about. A great reset on the world. And that is what they've been talking about. Is like their fear is that the world goes no to this ideology. Period. That is what they were afraid of. That is the great reset. Like Joe Biden is gonna convince the whole world that never vote for conservatives again, and everyone's transgender, and everyone's like mixed race or whatever. That was their fear, and that is what we need. Actually, we need everyone to fucking get on the same page and say we cannot do genocides and allow that to be unprosecuted. We cannot allow child sex trafficking, fucking slavery, and let that go unprosecuted. Or what planet do we have? What civilization do we have? And it breaks into total anarchy. But last thing here, to keep it a little light, is I just wanted to touch base with Erica Kirk, who I brought up earlier.
Oh, Jesus
Thought it would be
Christ.
very funny.
All right, make it quick.
It's just something people pointed out now that she's doing Charlie Kirk's show, is she removed their wedding photo. So in the background here, you can see their wedding photo, right? This is one of Charlie Kirk's broadcasts. And now it's not there anymore.
Wow.
So I wonder.
She's on the market. She's on the market, dude. She's hunting.
She's hunting. She's on the hunt.
Yep.
And I still vote that she and Candace get together. And this is, I showed this to you. This is my favorite new account to follow. Candace Owens trying to read this. The word of today.
For me with real food. They are.
Hold on. The word of today is satiating. Satiating. I think a relationship with her and Erica Kirk and Nick Fuentes would be very satiating to the culture.
And because these chips are made with real food, they are more satiating. So you won't find yourself uncontrollably binging. They are more satiating so that you won't find yourself uncontrollably binging. The beef tallow makes the chips much more satiating, so you won't find yourself uncontrollably binging. Flavors of masa chips are their habanero and their original.
All right, we should get out of the way. Lumencast is up next. Thank you for
so
tuning
much.
in to this space and joining me and Alex for the last hour. I am Deter McBizness, America's favorite white Anglo-Saxon Protestant gone West Coastal, reminding you that you don't get change in America by asking nicely. See you next week.
And share this space.
And